Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this from. I have just been thinking since the last time when I did the last live stream. I've literally been thinking a bit for a while. It's coming towards the Christmas season, and obviously, I've been busy. This has been my most busiest time of the year and teaching and things like that. And I was actually just thinking because of a couple of things. Number one, I was thinking about how you guys have been kind, have been continuing to subscribe, to like, to share the videos, shorts, and the content on this channel. And it's something that I'm really super grateful for because if you produce content and nobody watches it, obviously we cannot be able to continue doing it. But just the fact that you guys have really continued to show us the love, which we really appreciate. So if you're new here, if you've subscribed over the last couple of weeks, days, months, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're glad to have you. Glad that you joined the tribe. Feel at home. I hope we continue to serve you in the best possible way that we can. And as I say, thank you so much. You're so much welcome. And I pray and hope that we will continue to do what you're doing to serve you as God gives us the prize. The second thing I was just thinking about is my wish for Christmas. What have I asked for Santa? Just 2 weeks down the line, we'll be celebrating Christmas Day. And I made a secret wish to Santa. And my secret wish and my desire for Christmas and is a prayer, and it's actually that we will all be in good health, that God will keep us, will keep our families, will keep you guys, will keep those who continue to engage with the things that we do in this channel, because you guys are part of our family. And it's my prayer that you will be well kept of the Lord, because I know Christmas gets to be kind of one of those tricky times for most people. I think so much about those people who this year will be the first time for their Christmas, when they're celebrating Christmas without their friends, without their families, people who passed on, have been promoted to glory, and it might be the first time that you're sitting at Christmas table and maybe dad is missing, maybe mom is missing. We have gone through that journey as a family, and Christmas can be tricky, can be tough when you're thinking, I will have to scold home and have those couple of conversations with mom, but mom is not there anymore. And it can be really tricky, it can be difficult, it can be tough. I'm thinking about you and I'm praying for you that you'll find somehow grace to move on. And as you see those empty tables and empty spaces in the dinner tables, then just remember that those who transit to glory, particularly if they know Jesus, they are in a better place than where we can never think of, imagine, or hope for, particularly for those who are loved ones or maybe poorly, they are not well, and just thinking about the suffering that life can bring in itself. So it can be a bit of a comfort to know that it's transitioning to glory, is going into a place where there will be no suffering, no sickness. And I know even saying that, it doesn't make it any less difficult to think about loved ones during this time if you've lost anyone. I'll be thinking and praying for those who have been given some medical diagnosis. If, for example, you or your loved one has been given diagnosis where there is uncertainty, maybe it's a terminal illness, or you have to go through maybe major surgery and things like that, and you're thinking about if you will be able to come out from that by Christmas. I'm praying for you, and my wish is that you will be able to be back home by time, in time for Christmas, so you can be able to celebrate Christmas with your friends and your loved ones. My other wish is for those people who at this moment are really struggling to make sense of the whole season, maybe because it could be just the seasonal what's his name, third seasonal changes, depression, whatever that comes with the depression that comes with the season, or it could be any mental illnesses. It could be you're struggling with anxiety, or you're struggling with mental ill health, and you're thinking like, how am I going to wake up out of bed to be able to celebrate Christmas, to be able to celebrate and maybe just put on a good smile for people? I'm thinking about you and I'm praying for you that you'll find the grace to be able to find some joy in the season. I always say Jesus is the reason for the season, and so never lose sight of that. It can be difficult, it can be hard, but I pray that you can be able to find some oil of gladness and joy, to put on some smile on your face, to wake up from that bed, to rise up and to be able to engage in some activity that will bring love, joy, and peace for the season. And the last thing, last but not least, I'm just thinking about those people who are uncertain, those people who I just don't know if they're apprehensive of the season. Maybe you have some disappointments for 2023 and you're thinking as Christmas is coming, it's coming towards the end of the year, and you haven't seen those dreams and hopes and things like that realized, and you're feeling like disappointed with the season. I just want to encourage you to know that in every disappointment there can be an appointment, and no just basically means next opportunity. So if you've experienced places, maybe you've been told no, maybe you applied for a job and the answer was no, or maybe there's been something or the other that has resulted in a no, just know it means next opportunity. So don't give up, don't give up hope, don't lose hope. Continue hoping, continue pressing on, continue being hopeful, because 2024, I've got this strange feeling that it's gonna be a better year, because I know that we have a future and a hope. We've been promised that, and we can hope for that. So I just thought I would love to do a few more encouragements before we come to the end of the year. And so there's another one for me. It's not going to be a long one, it's a very short one. It's to tell you my wishes for you, my wishes from Santa for this season is that we will all have a great time, good health, good tidings for this season. 2 weeks to Christmas. Don't stress up about things that are coming your way. I haven't done my Christmas shopping yet. My son hasn't had his Christmas gifts yet. We have a birthday to celebrate before Christmas, so we're looking forward to that. Celebrating our dear one tomorrow. So once we finish with that birthday, then we can think about Christmas. So if you haven't bought your gifts, you've not wrapped them up, don't feel like you're the only one. We're doing this together. It's not just you. I'm in that same boat as well. I'm not stressing about it, because as I say, it can be very overwhelming. It can bring anxiety. It can make your heart start pounding and racing for no reason, because Christmas will come, Christmas will go. But don't let this make you maybe decide to start feeling stressed out for anything or any reason, because at the end of the day, your welfare matters, your emotional well-being matters most, your family matters most, your mental health matters most, and anything that can impact on that, it's nice for us to look after ourselves, look after our pockets, because I know some of us who work, there's always the tendency that you get to be paid, let's say, just before Christmas, and you kind of indulge in Christmas and forget there is until end of January when payday is coming back, and it gets to a point that you're feeling like, oh my God, that month. In Kenya, they used to call it in January, like the January where there's just a long period of hunger. Don't let January impact you. Don't let it affect you. You can be intentional about that as you go to the season and say, Christmas is coming, and I'm going to spend wisely, and I'm going to allow myself to enjoy the season and not let it pull me back. So have a great evening. I'm off to bed. Have a lovely time, and I hopefully shall catch up with you very soon in another